Hey, welcome to No Drinks in the Booth podcast, back with another classic episode. Double checking, but episode 28. As always, with me in the booth, Pavan Saki, he's back, and Chris Watson, and myself, Waked here, holding it down. I can actually say, how is everyone this week, because it's not just me and Chris. Pav, where have you been? Was you arrested? And is B Young still alive?
I can confirm the feds are not on me anymore. I'm out. I was hoping to see some more like free pabs and that on Twitter, but apparently fucking not. But I'm doing great, mate.
You're not even on Twitter.
Yeah, but like the sentiment was there, mate. You have
Pav,
no authority here, Jackie Weaver. But yeah, I've had a good couple of weeks off doing things, having dodgy internet, living life. My mighty Claret and Blues are doing reasonably well, although we got dicked by West Ham. It's going great. Yeah, I can't think. I bought a nice piece of memorabilia this week, which is I bought a fresh mint condition Aston Villa shirt from 1997-1998, which of course is the year that I was born.
Wow.
So that was big flex alert, lads. Let me tell you that. That was fucking big flex.
How much was that, if you don't mind me asking?
It actually cost me. So I'll tell you, this is actually a deep story. So I saw this first one on there, and I was like, it was.
Can we summarise the story?
It was great. Oh, it was on a bid, and it was like £30 start, and I was like, oh great, I'll bid £30 for it. That's fine. No one else bid, so I was like, all right, well, 3 minutes before someone else might bid, let me just jump on. And then I was like, all right, I'll put my max bid as like 50 quid. This guy sniped me as, like, when I say last second, I'm talking, I thought I'd already won it. I was on the phone, sniped me £51. But the joke's on him because I bought one for like 45, like 10 seconds later. So he can fuck himself.
Joe's username?
Oh, I don't know. It was probably like Cunty McCuntface or something like that.
Yeah, fuck him.
Yeah. But otherwise, yeah, good. Chris Wade, how you guys been doing? How you guys been keeping without me?
Other than missing you, mate, also wondering, where have you been? I don't know, mate. That's still a bit patchy to me. There's some holes in your explanation. I don't know where you've been, mate. I mean, who knows?
I'm happy to explain. If you wanna show me the hole, Chris,
internet
I'll be able to fill it.
Come on, mate. You are the most technological guy I know, and you had internet connections. Like,
yeah, well,
look, can we sound the podcast, or is it gonna get you in trouble, mate? Can we say Sky just pricks, but I get discounts, so I'm not too mad. Okay, all right then. All right, we'll buy it for now. But more importantly, have you listened to the new song from UK rapper artist B Young, which is who is one of your favourite? I wouldn't say artist.
Oh my god! And secondly, why are you doing my link? That's not till later.
Oh, sorry. I'm just excited to hear what he says about the song.
Chris, I just want to hear it on this week.
I just want to hear this absolute destruction of this song.
Chris got his hat on. And he's like, "Oh well, I look like Wade. Just let me be Wade."
Innit? God, fuck
Beanie
me.
life.
The thing is, as well, Chris, you're not meant to give away the whole podcast straight away. Otherwise, people turn off quicker.
No, we have loyal fans. They stay to the end every time.
Yeah.
But
Thanks,
they stay
Mum.
to the end every.
Yeah, we do have real fans.
I'm taking your links. You go.
You are taking my links. Yeah, I'm fine. Thanks for asking.
For God's sake!
Back to standard, Chris. I bet you didn't even ask last week, you prick, did you?
Yeah, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Been talking to myself. Has it been without Pav? Well, it's not been the same, but it's been a lot easier for me. To be honest,
one less person spewing shit.
Exactly that. But other than the fact that you haven't done anything illegal, which is always good, I've been great. I'm trying to think what I've done. I ain't gonna lie to you, boys. Not much has happened. I've been watching NBA. I've been getting into WWE. I've been watching just random shit.
WWE.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, that's.
I didn't think
still
you into
happens.
That. That's crazy.
Yeah, they've got their own subscription service, WWE Network and everything. And they're on BT and all sorts. That's not the point. I've been getting into that shit just to watch something. I've been practicing some DJ stuff, which is cool. It's been It's been really boring. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's snow. That's the most exciting it got. But I hate
Yeah.
snow, so that's not that exciting.
I
for
like
me.
snow. I went out in the snow with the boys, man.
Oh,
Had to be done.
Oh wow. Yeah, no, yeah, don't like it. We've got a really good podcast this week. Now Pav's back. We've got news that is actually quite big. We've actually got some news to talk about. We've got reviews, including Pav's Be Young review that we reviewed last week, but Pav's going to review it for us this week. Yeah. We've got the last ever What's Your Order in the current format it's in, and it is the British classic fish and chips for our American listeners. That is basically fries and fish goujons. What else have we got? Oh, Pav's got a new section. Pav?
Yeah, so we're doing shit I hate. I'll be honest, I feel like we're doing it twice this week because obviously you got the Be Young track as well, but we out here.
Double the dose.
I'm going to be talking through something that I don't like, and the boys are going to tell me if I'm being a prick or if I'm absolutely fully justified. Hoping the second one because, you know, I generally have good opinions. Maybe not. We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll do that near the end, and we'll obviously finish on our favourite segment ever, which is What's Your Order, which is fish and chips, and that would be really shit if we just order fish and chips. So let's really hope that's not the case.
Yeah, it would be a bit peak, innit?
Luckily, it's not. But should we just get into the news? We ain't really got much to talk about what we've done personally.
Nah, let's go in. I'm ready.
Chris, quickly. Has the whole not being able to sell fish to the EU affected you in that fisherman's hat? No,
yeah,
okay, let's go. Let's get on to the news. Let's go on to the news.
Sorry, I wasn't ready for that one.
No,
I was going to say,
if that was quick.
If someone was going to be Brexit means Brexit, it was definitely going to be Chris out of the three of us.
I know.
Okay. Cool. Listen,
Right.
you don't know who I voted for in the last election.
All right, chill, Nigel. Right, let's go.
Right.
News. Let's get into it. Okay, speaking of Nigel Farage, got nothing to do with him, but ministers, they've ruled out a vaccine passport because it would be discriminatory.
Would it?
That's what they've said. So I'm not a minister. I could be.
I mean, I gathered that much, mate. Cheers, but
I could be.
Wade, I know you said we can't ask you to find out more information because you can't right now because you can't use your phone. But why are they saying it's discriminatory? Why are they saying that?
Joe, was quite funny, Chris. You're the one that sent this story over.
I realised. I knew that.
Oh, when did you send it over?
Yeah, exactly. You sent it over yesterday.
Yeah, I sent it over last night. I actually, if I'm honest with you, I heard the headline and I found that article, but I don't know exactly why they think there's going to be problems with it.
Oh, okay. Well, I will tell you. I don't know.
God.
No. Look, I can just speculate because obviously this is all like, you know,
I can speculate. Probably too much fucking admin.
Well, yeah, the fact that they struggle to do the customs forms might be one. But two, one of the reasons I think is because you can't exactly be like, oh, Pav, you can have a vaccine passport because you've been vaccinated.
Yeah.
But Chris, you can't have one yet because you're still 2 months down the line. So Pav, you can fuck off to Mauritius. Chris, don't go nowhere.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I don't think it's that deep, you know. Like, I'll be honest. I mean, I'm hoping I get one early. It would be nice, but like, if you two can go out and I can't because I have to wait 2 weeks, surely that's better for the economy. And I'll be a bit annoyed. I'll be like, oh shit, I got to sit at home for another extra week. But is it that deep?
I don't think they're talking about a week. I think they're talking about like,
or even a month. If it's 2 months, if you guys can go out, but I can't because you guys are ahead of me on the list. Because otherwise, then you're saying the list is discriminatory as well, which it is because it has to be.
Pav, calm the fuck down. Listen. What they're saying is they can't do it because how it's done in the age groups, it means all the 70-year-olds can go out, but all the 50, 40, 30-year-olds can't go back to work. Can't go out. So basically what they're saying is there's no way to do it without it being either ageist or classist or, you know, some way. So that's why they've ruled it out. It just makes no sense.
I fully agree with what you're saying, Pat, but I think it's when it gets to those like longer time scales when it's like these people can travel, like this group of people, say over 50s, can travel, and then everyone under 50 can't travel, but with like a 6-month difference. So then they actually have an advantage, which is facts. They have advantage because they can travel and stuff.
I come from the other school of thought, only because I said many times, probably on this podcast as well, just lock up your nans and all this shit, like, so that we can go out. So, like, if we can say it on that side, then obviously then we can also say it on the other side. Plus, like, in fairness, they have, like, if you've survived this, you've done pretty fucking well. If you're 75 and you've not died in the last year, like, go and fucking. I heard Dubai's pretty hot right now.
Did you listen to last week's podcast that you weren't a part of? No. I discussed that fully with influencers. And I suggest everyone should obviously listen to that
basically,
podcast.
Blanket ban on Dubai from Wade because of influencers.
Just want to throw it out, though. Have zero problems with anyone going to Dubai, because if I had the money to go there, I would already have fucking been there.
Yeah, listen to last week's podcast.
Wade now hates you, Pav. He hates you even more than he did before.
No. Look, if you've got a legitimate reason to travel for business, not to go and take a photo on a beach and say that's your job, then, you know, cool. Look,
I wish it was.
The vaccine passport, I think the reason they've ruled it out and said it's not worth it is, one, for example, this is a really good example. My father-in-law has had his jab, yeah, but my mother-in-law hasn't, and obviously my girlfriend hasn't. But that's like him going, well, you know, I can go back to work, I can do all these things. Fuck you too.
Isn't that self morals though, rather than, it's not really for the government to decide, is it?
No, but as well, you think, like, if they're saying to us, oh boys, you go back to work, but all you can do is go work, you can't see your friends, and then I've got my father-in-law going, I'm going down the pub, fuck yeah, I'm gonna fucking go to the Caribbean. It just causes more problems than it solves, which is why they've ruled it out.
I feel like you and I are very different people, Wade, because I would be I'd be recording this in the covered wagon.
Yeah,
in the covered wagon, but not Dubai.
Yeah.
Would you honestly, hold on a second, Pav, would you actually go to Dubai if you could afford it right now? Like,
absolutely.
Would you go?
Dubai did lock down properly, which is why they're open, which is why they're one of the few places open, because from March through July, you were only allowed to leave your house once every 3 days, which you had to apply for a permit for, otherwise you weren't allowed to leave. The police were on the streets running that properly, and they said all this and did all this because they said, well, when it hits this rate, we will open stuff. And it's something that our government can really learn from, because while I agree that Dubai is a far stricter nation in that sense, a lot of people go there generally anyway. They now have an open economy. I was listening to Talk Over podcast, and they had someone on there, I can't remember which DJ it was, who lives out there, and he was like, well, we're all back at gigs now.
They're not though.
Some of them are.
No, like they've completely stopped all entertainment because of the amount of Brits going over there, and it's brought coronavirus. So we've
ruined it a little bit. Yeah, Britain was always going to ruin it, but like, it's Britain, isn't it? But like, do you know what I mean? There's so many businesses that are still in a wider scale. There's so many places that are open because of that. So if I could afford to go, I would be there. However, I cannot, and so therefore,
but isn't that
living in B-Town?
Isn't that part of the problem, that so many like influencers and people in Britain went over there, which in turn brought coronavirus to them, which in turn is the reason they've had to put capacity limits on cinemas and restaurants and cafes and bars and stuff they didn't have before, and stop. They have no live entertainment, so DJs out there ain't working now. They've had to say no. Performers.
But over here, nothing's open. Unless you're working at Tesco, no one is milking it right now. Like, no one's getting mad peas. So, kind of, obviously it's catch-22, but like, airlines making money there. But there's so many more people making money, and it is still safer. Because even with rising corona cases, I bet you it's still probably lower than here.
True.
My cousin lives in Dubai, and they did do all of that stuff you said. And this is what I was conflicted about on the podcast last week, because they do have those strict measures, and they have the fact that you do the whole, you know, you can't enter Dubai if you don't have a proof you've been vaccinated or proof of you know, negative tests and all this kind of stuff. So, you know, this is the thing. On paper, it does make sense. If you can go there, it makes sense to go there because you know it's safe and you know you're not going to be spreading it. On paper, It's just whether in real life, it, you know, touching on what Wade said, obviously COVID has found its way there somehow. If all the systems to stop it going there from other countries worked, then I guess it is fine. In my opinion, it's fine to go there. But yeah, do you see what I'm saying? On paper, it should be fine to go.
I get what you mean. I think this is one of those weird situations where normally you would like sit there and work something out for ages. Like you said, you put it on paper and you're like, oh, it makes sense. And then you sit there for like months and months or whatever and you think about it. Because this is such a, let's just give it a go kind of thing. Because it's like no one really knows how to react to it. Like there's no anecdotal evidence from recent history to be like, oh, well, we should do this because they did that then. But Dubai always wants to be the first to do things. And generally speaking, they generally do most of that stuff pretty well. So they might have had increased cases and probably somewhere they've not accounted for.
Yeah. This is my one. I don't really know exactly what I think of. I agree with what Wade was saying last week about the influencers and that kind of thing. But in terms of actually going to Dubai, if I can relate it to like on a smaller scale, for example, last summer, the rules allowed me to go to the pub and have a drink. Like I was allowed to do that. It was by the rules. So I went and did it. So it's the same thing with Dubai. Like I don't know what the situation is like today, but I know that as we've even discussed, you in the past, in the last few months, you're perfectly allowed following the rules. You know, if you have a negative test or whatever the rules are, you know, you are allowed to go. So it's almost the same kind of thing.
But I think it kind of is because like we attributed so much of rising corona cases to eat out to help out. But we were like, oh, well, the government have made this and they've put all these measures in. So it must be
legit.
safe.
Yeah, it must be safe. So I did it.
It must be safe. I think this is one of the situations, again, I don't want to use that, start talking about fucking unprecedented this and that because like it's just getting annoying now. But like it's one of those where I think you have to make your own decisions where like, so like you're allowed to be like, let's say you were allowed to be out and stuff like X amount of months ago. There were still people that I knew that were like, yeah, but I'm not going to go out because I really don't want to kill my granddad who I live with or lives next door because he relies on me, X, Y, Z. Yeah. So it's getting your own morals and line in check.
Yeah, the one thing I'd say is you shouldn't be like anyone shouldn't be traveling unless it's for business. My issue isn't that people went to Dubai when they was allowed to go on holiday because I didn't care that people went to Greece.
Is it because they were being cunts about it?
No, it's because of going, I'm going to Dubai for work, and then you take 4 photos and you're like, oh, well, that's my work. My
so
issue,
it is Pav.
No, but it's like the morning thing where they had an influencer on from Dubai, and she said, "I'm a personal trainer." Blah 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 blah. So what I did was I flew to Dubai because I thought it'd be better for my fans, and I recorded all the exercises in my apartment, and everyone was like, "So you could have done that in the UK in your apartment." I've got no issue if you actually legitimately have to go, whether it's for a family reason, whether it's for actual work. My thing is like, and it boils down to influencers is they've found the loophole in the rules and are milking it. That's my issue. It's not
with the influencers, really.
Yeah. Look, if the government say today you can go to Dubai if you want, we've got no problem. That's fine
because it is following the rules.
But it's following the rules. But the influencers have found a loophole in the rules to use. That's my issue. Let's get off this subject 'cause it pisses me off. It really does. Yeah, fuck them all. Next, the FCA are warning over TikTok stock market trading tips. We all love TikTok. We are on TikTok. No drinks in the booth. The FCA are warning against TikTok trading tips with people investing into stocks.
Yeah. Well, I use TikTok quite a bit now, which I thought I'd never say that.
Make sure you check out Chris's TikTok. He does loads of dances.
I definitely don't do those dances. You'll catch me dead before I do one of those dances.
He does them ones where it's like put a finger down if you've ever, put a finger down.
That one that's like trending right now, which is like, it's like Toxic or something, but with
Love Shack,
with some stupid vocal over the top. Oh my god, that song!
That's not. Listen,
you guys don't
that
actually
song
know.
makes me feel sick.
That's not a stupid vocal. That's the Love Shack vocal.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah,
that's such a clapped mashup.
You guys don't know. Obviously, Chris has rearranged his room. If you've seen on the YouTube, that's because he's getting some red lights in. He's going for the silhouette challenge. And they call it.
I tell you what though, straight up, this room has been rearranged so I can shoot TikToks. But not the dances. You're not going to catch doing any of those dances.
Right, listen, this is really, really great. Well,
I just want to see Pav do the bus it challenge. That would just make my
Chris
week.
does in fact have a small waist, pretty face, and a big bang.
Listen, both of you shut the fuck up. Give me your thoughts on the TikTok stock market trading tips, not you doing dances on TikTok.
I have absolutely no idea about this. Is this like a GameStop-y kind of thing?
Yeah,
the same kind of shit that's happening.
Right, Joe, what? We're going to just move on from this story because you both don't have a clue about it.
Oh, a second. I've not said. Hold on a second. I've got something to say about this. That's really good.
Go on, you have no authority here, Jackie Weaver.
So, yeah. It's a new trend. There's it's not just about shares. There's TikToks about advice, buying houses, getting loans out. I've seen them myself. They come up, and I'm and it's this guy. I'm going to be very stereotypical here, but it's basically this dude buy a pool in LA, and he's sort of showing his Lamborghini. It's do you want to know how I got this?
Trying to sell you the dream.
All this stuff, and then because the video is going to be a maximum of 1 minute, so he's telling you all this information. He's telling you to spend money here and invest in these loans and stuff. It's a thing. And they actually get traction, millions of views and stuff. And yeah, people take what they see on the internet and also on TikTok as gospel. So I'm not surprised this is a news story because people actually follow that stuff. But if you get financial advice from a TikTok, if you just say it out loud, seriously, have a word with yourself. Basically.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next story. Let's try and get through these ones. Otherwise we'll have a really, really long podcast. Oh, okay. Everyone agrees.
Yes.
6ix9ine.
Sorry, I thought you were just going to roll straight in.
I am. Shut up. 6ix9ine previews new music with new tattoos and a new beard. It was on Instagram. You can check it out on his Instagram, which is whatever his Instagram handle is.
I can't believe you put this in the news.
Yeah, I did, because the news is very dry, and the actual story about Triller and Universal is slightly pointless now because I think they're settling it out of court. That's why I've not done it.
Right.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I'm interested in that one, to be fair, but I would want to hear about it.
Oh, that's good, but you don't know any details because it's they can't release it because it's going on at the moment.
I'm not even sure what you're talking about.
That's why I've skipped that story. That's why we're on 6ix9ine.
Chris, that's genuinely 70% of this podcast anyway. It's just us going, the fuck's this about?
6ix9ine, new tattoos, new beard, Instagram, new music. Yeah. Tell me how much you hate him or love him.
Fuck 6ix9ine. Straight facts. Full rap.
Listen, did either of you see the Instagram? No.
Yes.
I saw a little bit of it, but I'm I don't even want to associate myself with that. I don't even want to add to incurring views on him because it's
you need to because we need to talk about it.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about it.
Okay.
I'm not excited.
What's your thoughts on the tattoos, on the beard, which doesn't look real?
The beard was dodgy, man. He looked like a bit of I don't even know. He looked like a bit of a dodgy Santa. It's just gone all wrong for him.
What it is? He has decided he will do anything to get views. That's the fact. And what it is, he is. I'm gonna be honest with you right now, and I know this is a bit of a deep claim, but he is, in my opinion, the only person in the world right now that has literally decided they will do anything to get views. So there's nothing he won't do to his body. There's nothing he won't say. He'll risk his own life saying that, because all that stuff about him ratting and then saying he could get shot up very soon. And he's willing to risk his life, do all this stuff to his body just to get views. And it's working. That video has that one Instagram has 8 million views or something, which is crazy. And the fact that we're talking about him right now shows that it's shocking enough for us, and no one looks like him, so it's worth talking about. But you see what I'm saying? He, in my opinion, he's one of these people that there is no limit to what he'll do. He'll do anything to get views.
He looks like a homeless man that got attacked with Corolla.
Yeah. See, I hear all that, but I feel like he's so dividing that there just is going to be a problem at some point, which is why I think it's a really bad strategy. Because he's probably increasing people that like him, but he's also increasing people that dislike him at the same rate, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. So I feel like it's a bit, sometimes people just need to quit while they're ahead. I feel like he might have to quit while he's ahead and just drop some tunes, do whatever. Like if he wants, I'm not going to listen to him, but if he's going to do that, carry on. But I feel like every time he does something, it just feels provocative.
Well, that's it. That's his entire thing. But like, that is exactly what he's trying to do.
But the thing is, like, you go, if 6ix9ine comes to like O2 Brixton, I don't want to like stereotype Brixton as an area, but you know what I mean? That's a hard place, and like anything can happen. And I feel like anything can happen in all the wrong ways. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. So his fans obviously are loving him more and more and more. I mean, to be fair, just being like a music artist, full stop, you're not going to be successful at all unless you have people that like you, people that dislike you, because otherwise then you're not saying anything. But he is like the extreme example.
Did you just state the obvious?
Yeah, but what Pav was saying about how like he's getting lots of people to dislike him, I feel like again that's intentional. His fans, the Instagram generation, are like going crazy about him, and then obviously the stereotypically the older generation, the people that like real older hip hop are hating him. You know, it's like, and he's just feeding into that, and that's exactly what he's doing. It's all intentional.
Listen, there is a saying that relates to 6ix9ine more than any artist I've ever seen in my life, and that is all publicity is good publicity.
Yeah, and he's taken until you get shot.
Until you get shot, but well, then you're dead. So
yeah,
not necessarily.
The one last thing I'll say about this, because I just find it quite interesting, is that if you remember when Anaconda by Nicki Minaj came out, that was like at the time a really controversial video. Oh my god, you know, backlash and all this kind of stuff. Which looking back on that video now, that video is pretty PG compared to what we're looking at nowadays. Yeah. So it's how far it can go. 6ix9ine has now pushed it to this limit where obviously he looks how he looks, he says what he says. What's the next thing? Like, what could it possibly be?
See, I hear all of that, Chris. And yeah, I know you're saying you're pretty PG, but the very, 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 very big distinction is that Nicki Minaj was also not in a gang. So like, she gets her tits out on the video. You're like, oh, okay, it's Nicki though.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, the only people that were like outraged by that video were like people that
I'm not being. Have you seen the Call on Me video?
Yeah, that was another one at the time.
That got banned from TV.
My point is the Nicki Minaj Anaconda video was only sort of controversial to like mainstream media that never saw MTV After Hours or BET Uncut. Because if you had seen any of them, which I have,
it just wasn't that deep.
It wasn't that bad. It was just a normal fucking hip hop music video. Right. Yeah. Let's move on because we're taking up time. Let's get into the reviews. Pav's got a review B Young's Ride For Me. That will be the first one. But as always, you can listen to all the tracks that we talk about in the reviews in our Spotify playlist, No Drinks in the Booth, and also watch the videos on our YouTube playlist, No Drinks in the Booth. And as always, every week I put together 15 tracks this week. Roughly 15 tracks of what I think are hot, up and coming, fresh music for you to listen to. Let's start with B Young Ride For Me. Me and Chris reviewed that last week because Pavu was off with no internet. But we knew how strong you feel about B Young that we should definitely bring it back. So we're going to just start with that. B Young, the track is called Ride For Me. If you want to hear mine and Chris's reaction to it, check out the last podcast. But Pav, the floor is yours.
What did you guys give it?
I can't remember.
Oh, cheers.
I think I gave it a 3.
I probably gave it a 3 because I give everything
you give everything a 3. Oh, it's good to know we're back. Where do I start with this song?
Oh, God.
I see a real big problem in UK music now. And B Young is the epicenter of that. And I don't mean this to just fucking shoot him down. I'm not trying to be one of those pricks to be like... I'm not trying to be like, B Young's all the problems that we have in the world.
Finish it.
B Young for me... and if he ever listens to this, so if this blows on TikTok or something, I mean no hate, just giving an opinion. Just giving an opinion. Just giving an opinion. Like, we're not friends. Like, we don't have to be. Like, we're okay to have different opinions. I feel like he's like, always like, it feels like he's just trying to jump on a wave. I don't know how to describe it. Like, you hear that sound is popular. And I feel like he made like one tune or two tunes that were like 079 Me is a good tune. I'll back that. And Jumanji was a good tune. But then you add all the other tunes and you're just like, okay, it's the same thing again. Bit decline, bit decline, bit decline. And this is like 6-7 tunes in now, and it's so like, when they say, oh, when you reach the top, there's only one way you can go, is down. And the really, really good artists are like, oh, no, we can go up fucking again. And this guy's not one of those artists. And this just went down and down and down. When I heard this song, it reminded me, I feel like he was doing like his thing, but also trying to be a little bit Pop Smoky. Like when I heard it, I was like, oh, it feels a little bit like Pop Smoke, What Do You Know About Love? Like in that sort of realm. And I was like, oh, but you're not Pop Smoke though, innit? Or like you're not this person, or like the Kid Laroi, like you're not these people. So I don't think it's a 1, because that would be very harsh. I'd probably give it a 2 on the basis that it's not terrible, but the bars are just not great, are they? Like, just very uninventive. Like, I'm just like, oh, was it that? Yeah. It's like you know, there's that like there's that meme of Lil Wayne, and it's like, oh yeah, he rhymed the N-word with the N-word, and that's just when I see that, I'm like, oh, B Young's that guy. But yeah, it gets a 2 out of pity.
A 2 out of pity? What would you give it not out of pity?
1.
Which is what we was expecting.
Wait, that review didn't disappoint. That was that was destruction.
No, it didn't. And if you want to obviously hear mine and Chris's thoughts on B Young's Ride For Me, listen to the last podcast. But let's get into this week's review. 15 fresh hot tracks every week.
It's a lot of tunes this week.
It's going to be a lot of tunes every week, because I put a lot of time and effort into this now.
Oh.
I did before, but like
nice to know you was just shitting them out for a couple of months.
Well, there was a point where, you know, no, look, at the end of the day, yeah, I take this shit very serious. First track, Up by Cardi B. Chris?
Huge. I mean, Cardi B's one of the world's biggest artists now, and you know, I love a good video. The production of this video is just no penny or dollar has been spared making this video. 4 out of 5 drinks. Yeah, she's just going up right now.
Oh, did you have to really use
yeah,
that?
Yeah, sorry, I just said that, yeah. Oh, sorry, that was cringe. I won't do that again.
Never do that again.
Okay, sorry guys.
Please.
Sorry guys, move on. 4 out of 5
leave
drinks.
the fucking jokes to me, mate. You're gone for 2 weeks and all of a sudden you think you're a fucking comedian.
I know, sorry,
mate.
I forgot my place. Sorry, Pav, you crack on, mate.
Yeah. Or you're just here to ask Wade how he is.
Which I don't do anyway.
Yeah, I gave this song a 4 out of 5 as well. Yo, Cardi don't miss, does she? Really?
She won't miss now. Not with the amount of money involved in her.
Nah, but as in, like, even
artistry.
the tune, like, I've seen the video because like so many people posted the video and I'm like, oh, this is a good video, and it is a good video. But I feel like she's got really good like quality control on her tunes. Like she could make every tune basically the same, really. And this is still in the realm, but it's not the same. It just is a good song. Straight facts. 4 out of 5.
Yeah, for sure.
Cardi continuing on with a hot streak. Okay, let's get to the next one. Bring it back. Digga D and AJ Tracy. Pav, you start with this.
Another artist that don't miss. AJ don't miss. He's a beast. I feel like, again, anytime he does something now, like I wouldn't listen to a song with Digga D on it, not because I dislike him. It's just not my realm of music normally, like drill kind of stuff. But then AJ jumps on it with Digga D and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll give this a listen. And I'm like, oh, now I like Digga D. Like, he's made me like an artist that I knew I wouldn't like. And this song's good. The bars are good. Obviously, there's a lot of football puns and that. And I was like, they're not cringe either. Everyone's normally like, oh, I was on the wing, like, insert winger here, because they're trying to make like a prison pun. But like, there's like 4 or 5 and there's like that Boris Johnson Rashford one. And I was like, oh, that's quite funny. 4 out of 5. Great tune.
Yeah, the Boris Johnson Rashford line was so funny. Like, that's just great bars. And yeah, AJ, I'm a massive fan. I agree with everything Pav said. The only thing is that Digga D now, he's got to that level where he's kind of done, in my opinion, like the hype stage. So he's done all the talking about shooting people. He's done all the trapping talk and all this kind of stuff. And that's cool. That's hype. Like that creates hype, club tracks, all the rest of it. But now it's like, for me, I'd like to hear like more of his story. He has that opportunity now he's had the publicity, and he's had all the history, the back catalogue to go to that next level, which is something that AJ does. So I'm just saying, for Digger, I hope that he does that. So 4 out of 5 drinks on this track though. It's cool.
Okay. Next track, Chicken Lemon Rice, Priya Ragu. Chris?
Nice to hear just some quality music, really well produced. The visuals are tight, great song. It's a great song, sorry. The only thing is, if I come at it from like a musical point of view, some of like the vocals in the chorus are like a bit off, a bit pitchy, which I know I'm being very like looking at the details right now, but yeah, they're just a bit, some of the yeahs, so it's the one she says the yeahs in the chorus, and I think the bridge as well, it's like just a bit pitchy, so, which is a shame because I think the song is like really good and I love her, like her visuals and everything, but I still gave it 4 out of 5 drinks. I thought it was a really good song.
That's good, because I was just waiting to pounce on a 3 out of 5 joke there, because I was 100% certain that you were going to give it. Prove me wrong. Well done, mate. Touche. I also gave this song 4 out of 5. A lot of the same reasons Chris did. I think it's got a bit of like kind of Caribbean flex on it. It's got a bit of that Indian flex on it, which is good because not many people do either of those two well, particularly, and then to do them both well on the tune is quite, it's a feat, really. I kind of agree with what Chris said. I also think it was one of those where they kind of recorded it and they were like, oh, well, yeah, let's keep it. It's like a character thing now, isn't it, to be a little bit off pitch?
I hate it. To my ear, I don't like it either, clashes but like, so hard.
I don't necessarily like it either, but I feel like it's almost one of those things to be like, oh, no, we did this live. Like, oh, just to let you guys know, we did this one take, so this one's a bit off. But, you know, we out here. Like, it's one of those things.
Yeah. Burna Boy was the first one to do it, actually. It was on his album. He did like a track that was slightly out of tune. And I was like, okay, that's cool because it's like artistic thing. Like, okay, cool, it's like a quirky thing, but now it just can't be. It's music. It has to be musical for me. Like, it has to be music.
If we're talking about who really pioneered that, it was like Jay Dilla, really.
Yeah,
didn't quantize beats, and you're like, oh, well, that's off. But it's like, oh, it's character.
Yeah, but that's fine. It does add character, and beats don't need to necessarily be in tune. But when the tune is out, it's like, oh, like it just shouldn't happen. But
yeah, let's bring it back to the track. Please, rating.
Yeah, I gave it 4 out of 5. Good tune.
5.
Very good tune.
I like Chicken Lemon Rice. I liked it. When I was doing the reviews, I liked it. And the fact it was
good vibes, wasn't it?
The fact it's off, Chris, just stop being so snobby. Fucks.
True though, shouldn't happen. Like
buy your Melodyne license.
Joe, what? I'm sure our label are going, Chris Watson said what about that track? Oh,
no,
God.
They don't care.
Nah, they don't care. Nah, but if they want to collaborate,
thinks.
Yeah. If they want to collaborate with you, Chris, I'm just saying, Chris can put you in tune. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're going to send you some Uncle Ben's rice in the post. Just some microwave packs, mate.
Why are they going to do that?
Huh? Because they could they could relabel it as Chicken Lemon Rice. You'd hope they would, because marketing genius. They're not like, oh yeah, we heard you talking about our song Chicken Lemon Rice, but you know, here's some spicy Mexican.
No. I'd love to collaborate with her. She's got a wicked thing, but I just this slightly out of tune thing. So I can keep talking about it. But
I swear to God, you are like 2 minutes behind everything that I just said.
I'm just reaffirming what you just said about collaboration. I'd love to, but
okay.
For me, I don't know. It just sounds a bit odd. But
okay, fair enough. Fair enough. We're entitled to our opinions, even if they're wrong. No, I'm joking. Well, they could be, but let's just move on. Next track, Jonas Blue and our track is called Something Stupid. Let's start with you, Chris.
Yeah, if you get the rights to this bass line, you better come up with something fire. And I thought he'd go for like the more of the bigger drops than he did in his previous records. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna say it like I look up to Jonas. He's like a legend in that pop EDM game, and he's not far from me and you, Wade.
No, he's not.
Yeah, Chris has definitely sat outside his house.
100%.
Only a couple of times. Big shouts to Jonas.
My God, Jonas went Tesco today?
Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. That was the other day, I think. Last week, maybe? Last Tuesday? Something like that. I can't remember. I did, obviously, here we go. Confirm Chris Watson 3 out of 5, because I did really like the track. And yeah, it was just an interesting take on this bass line. I would have thought he would have gone for like a more EDM, not EDM because that's not even a thing anymore, but like EDM drop. But yeah, big shouts to Jonas.
Yeah, I mean, I gave this song a 4 out of 5. I felt like the use of Show Me Love was like, it was subtle enough that you actually had to sit there for a second and be like I had to listen to it like after the first part. I was like, oh yeah, it is that, isn't it? Oh yeah. But I thought it was cool. I think it would have been really, really easy for him to just make it a big dance, like big roomy kind of song. But I think there's just so many versions of this bass line in that kind of thing. I mean, I must have about 10 different versions. There's just so many. It's like that Jason Derulo one, big song. So I think he just wanted to keep it fresh and just use it to be like, oh yeah, well, your nan who's 70 now likes this song. It's just pretty cool. Yeah, 4 out of 5. Very good.
Are we guessing what he's thinking? I've just clocked that between both of you.
Yeah, pretty much. I'll tell you what, though.
We think he's thinking.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, though. I have been thinking of that last song. Chris, you know Priya Raghu? You should seriously think about collabing with her.
Oh, well, the last song, the Rice song. I'd love to collab with her, mate. I'd love to collab with her. I've got some great vocal plugins. We can work on those.
Tell you what, I'm going to find a new podcast this carries on. Next track is called One More, SG Lewis featuring the legendary Nile Rodgers. Chris?
Really strong. SG just getting better all the time, in my opinion. And obviously his big being him going now down this disco lane, which he's been doing for kind of as of like a year ago, I think. This is obviously one of the ultimate disco collaborations if you think about all the classic disco records Niall's played on. So 4 out of 5 drinks. Big shouts to SG Lewis. Excited for the album.
Yeah, again, 4 out of 5. There's a lot of 4s this week, which doesn't often happen. You get a lot of 3s, a couple of 5s and a couple of 2s, but this week has been very, very strong on the tunes. And SG, you're right, he doesn't disappoint. He's got that great way of making songs have the same sonic signature, but without making them sound the same, and that's such a hard thing to do. But again, like you said, this song doesn't disappoint. It just gave me good vibes from the straight. So yeah, 4 out of 5.
A lot of 4s this week, like you said. I'm putting together some really good lists, that's why. Okay, next track, Gets, Parsaloo and Back
Wouldn't hold my breath.
G. What?
Said I wouldn't hold my breath.
Pav's about to rip into the song, I think.
Yeah. Yep.
Track's called No Mercy. Chris, you go first, then Pav can...
3 out of 5 drinks. A collab like this, it didn't disappoint at all. And these names they've got the right style themselves in there individually to come together to make a record like this. It didn't disappoint. 3 out of 5 drinks.
Yeah, I really didn't like the hook on this song. Like the whole chorusy section, it ruined the whole tune for me. I liked it. If that wasn't in the song, I might even make an edit myself of just those bits not in the song.
You're not going to know, are you?
Oh, absolutely not. I don't pay for these songs, mate. Spotify all day. If it comes on DJ not. City, maybe, but...
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm going to make an edit. You're fucking not going to do any of it.
Yeah. That's just the shit bit of, like, it ruined the song, but it ruined it too much for me, because it would have got a 3 or a 4, but it actually just got a 2 for those moments alone.
Fair enough. Next track, Recap. It's by Kitto featuring Van Jess and Channel Trez. Pav.
There you go. Yeah, nice tune. Good tune. Nothing terrible, nothing great. 3 out of 5. It was a classic.
Wow, that's reference to last week. Everyone listening, check the TikTok, you'll get it. This was definitely drawing inspiration from Kate Trinado, who I'm a big fan of, and I'm a big fan of Channel Trez. So I'm really feeling all of his stuff that he's doing right now. So I gave this 4 out of 5 drinks. I thought this was really cool and different sounding. It had that perfect balance between a great hook, but also something that catches the ear. So 4 out of 5 drinks.
Is there anyone you're not a big fan of?
I'm actually... I'm a
studio engineer.
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of most artists, but I'm a super fan of Priya Raghu. But I'd love to produce a song for you because I think we could take it to that next level. Hit me up.
You do know this is a podcast, not a pitching session.
Oh, it's okay. Well, I'll just clip that and that'll be my pitch. I'll just DM her that clip.
Nice. I'll DM her the other stuff you said about her song.
I think the song's great. Just a little tweak, little tweak, and I think it would have been crazy.
In the review section. Okay, let's keep
full edit.
Yeah,
edit.
Chris, Mr. Power of Positivity and all that, and all he did was shit on someone's song.
I did shit. I said the song was great.
Friends.
I said it's just two notes. It's like one or two notes in the chorus.
Chris.
That's all I said.
Chris, take it down.
Sorry, you don't have to justify yourself, mate. It's fine.
Yeah, take it down a notch. Chill out. Yeah, we know you're positive, just not when it comes to Priya Ragu and Chicken Lemon Rice.
I think she's wicked. I think she's really good. But it's just there's two notes in that chorus.
No one has ever said, I thought she was wicked and I thought she was really good in such a passive-aggressive way before.
Oh my God, I'm being genuine.
She is good. So good.
I said she was really good. You know, it's just whoever did the production on that track. Like, I was just asked why they've not tuned the vocal. That's all I'd ask. It's a musical question.
I really hope that like Metropolis Studio or someone did it, like a big studio. Like if Metropolis did it, I'm like, yeah, shut the fuck up, mate. Yeah,
if it's a creative choice, like Burna Boy did on one of his earlier albums, that's fine. Like, I get why you want to do that, but I'm just for me personally, I'm just wondering if we collabed. If we did a collab together, I probably wouldn't opt for that style because it's not quite my style. I'm not saying it's wrong.
You mean because it's off?
It's just the tuning on like two notes. I feel like would have taken that song like
so
even made that song even more.
Chris, it was bad.
No, if it was bad, I wouldn't have given. If it was bad, I wouldn't have given. If it was bad, I wouldn't have given it 4 out of 5 drinks. And what's my normal rating? 3 out of 5 drinks. 4 out of 5 drinks. I gave to
Chris,
this
I just want to confirm, mate, because. I think this is a very black and white situation because
it's not. This is my that point. It isn't a black and white situation.
As someone who listens to classical Indian music, I understand even extended scales. However, a note can either be on or off. Therefore, it can either be good or bad. Are you saying that there's notes in that song that are bad?
Because we're not talking about Indian classical music. We're talking about this is kind of pop music.
I'm just saying. I'm saying so. Something can either be good or bad in terms of. You can't be, if you're a little bit off, you're off. Listen, you can't be a little bit off and be good.
Chris has dug his hole far enough. It was obviously him scream. It was obviously
it's because I think the track's so great, and if we tuned a couple of those vocals in the bridge and the chorus, I think we would have just nailed it. It would have been a smash hit.
Stop!
I love my life.
Stop! Go back to fishing. Literally, listen. It was a creative choice. Was a creative choice. Let's move on before you have an aneurysm. The track is called International Baby. It's by Nico B. Chris?
Okay. This song makes me want to like grab a pint, a packet of crisps, my cup of tea while saying hello to the lads and keeping calm and carrying on.
Get your fishing rod out.
It's so British. It actually is crazy how this is just like, yeah, but it's actually really good. 5 out of 5 drinks. I respect it. Nico B. It's just got so much character, and it's, as I said, it's like if a pint in a British pub was a song, it would sound like this.
This has got character. Do you know what else makes character in a song? Sometimes?
Yeah. What my favourite artist, Priya Ragu, she does. She has great character in her songs. To be fair.
Oh fucking hell! This podcast will get edited so much. I know.
Is it possible?
Can feel it already.
I don't think I can have a bigger smile on my face right now. I don't think it's physically possible. I gave this song a 4 though.
Oh, okay.
Because you're right. If Carlsberg did songs,
yeah,
it'd be this.
If Carlsberg, if drinking Carlsberg on a festival muddy festival somewhere, sitting on a camping chair was a song, it would be this song.
Absolutely, this is a great song. It didn't quite hit a 5 for me, but I mean, you know, I'm a bit stingy with my 5s. Because there's a particular sound that I want for him, but this was almost as good as it gets. Nico don't miss either. Like, it's such a weird artist. Like, obviously everyone knows he's signed to I'm Just Bates label, and he's got like it's such a different style, and I feel that's why it works, because a lot of people try and be different, but they're bad different. This guy's different, and it's a good thing. And that style of like, it's like spoken word style rap is very, very clear in what he says. You know every word he says. He's someone that maybe in the future could do really well in America, because as well as his bars being good, he's very, very clear. Like, you understand every syllable. A big thing that a lot of Americans say is, oh, well, we don't know what you guys say, which is mad because they know what Future says and no one knows that. Maybe not even him. But this guy is like, every syllable is like properly enunciated.
Yeah. The only thing is that he's super British though. It's like whether Americans would get it or not. Because that's his whole thing, isn't it? His whole thing is being like as UK as possible. Like naturally, I'm not saying it's forced, but that's just his vibe.
I'm saying that he makes good songs. It only takes one. Big Shaq was inherently British.
Yeah, to be fair, that's a good example.
Do you know what I mean? But you understood every single word he said.
Yeah.
I think the clarity is like as important as the content. But yeah, 4 out of 5. Good tune. Very good tune.
I liked it. I liked International Baby. I like Nico B. Something about him.
He's cool, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's got the vibe. He's got that thing.
Like,
yeah. Definitely. Okay, let's just move on from that. Track's called Provide. It's by G-Eazy. It features Chris Brown and Mark Morrison. Pav?
Oh, I mean, this was heat. It's a big thing to take on a song like that. Like, Return of the Mac is possibly top 5 hip-hop R&B song like that style of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even top 3. Like, this is a song that will never die. And a lot of people try and do remakes of songs. And these guys got it fucking spot on, in my opinion. It's very easy. Like, DJ Khaled is generally pretty good at this. If you think about the one with SZA, which was the Outkast one, to Miss Jackson. And you're like, that's cool. But it almost felt too far away from the song. It was like, oh, well, what we'll do is we'll sample the beat. And if you put some 808 hi-hats on it, it'll sound really cool. These guys didn't do that. It was almost like an extension of the beat. So it's still in the style, still modern, but wasn't exactly the same. Like, the chords on it are great. The bars are great. Chris Brown doesn't sound like he's shitting on the song. He enhances that bit of the song. This got a straight 5 out of 5 from me.
Ooh.
Big talk. This was so good, to be fair, and you literally said it for me. It does the original justice, and then when Chris comes in with those harmonies and all that, his thing, and it's just done really, really well. And me and Wade had a conversation, I think last week maybe, about G-Eazy, about how I don't know too much of his music, and I've listened through some of his catalogue, and then now this one delivered, it's just really, really good. I'm becoming a big fan. So 4 out of 5 drinks. It was really cool.
You're becoming a big fan?
I'm going to, yeah.
Have you got
eventually
enough like space left in your big fandom to become another big fan?
The thing is, if I can somehow put her at the end of my Priga Ragu playlist, then I might be able to sort of squeeze it into my daily listening.
For someone that was trying to dig themselves out, you keep bringing it back up.
I just love it. I think her music's great. I'm looking forward to hear what the next song is.
We're not talking about her. We're talking about G-Eazy. And I did put you on to G-Eazy. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris actually works with JCB now because he does that much digging.
Oh, God, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, okay,
we are in trouble.
Well, someone's in trouble badly. Let's move on. The next track, Chris, you actually sent to me, oddly enough, but that's not why it's in the playlist. It's in the playlist because I thought it was shit hot. Track is by Biscuits. It's called Talk to Me. I know you've got a lot to say about this track, Chris, so you go first.
Yeah, I've been saying for ages on pod and off pod how electronic music needs more innovation. It's why it's slipped. It's why it's not in the mainstream anymore. It needs more personality, and then really good producers and personalities come along. Biscuits is one of them because his looks wicked and his tracks, his production's unrivaled, like really amazing producer. And he's pushing new stuff, and I want to big him up for that because, it needs a lot of electronic dance music. It recycles, it relies a lot on nostalgia, recycles certain sounds.
Yeah.
Would you say, sorry, just because it sounds like it, would you say you're a big fan?
Oh my God, I was just about to say that.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan, and I give this track 3 out of 5 drinks. No, I'm kidding. 5 out of 5 drinks. It's good. It's
Jesus,
good.
I thought if you do that, I'm going to
that'll be 2 catchphrases in one review, and I don't think you could handle that. That'd be too.
This podcast was going to end early, bro.
Yeah, if I did that,
just 3 out of 3. You basically said like you'll adopt this kid, and then you're like, yeah, 3 out of 5, mate. Cheers. I again also really like this song. I gave it a 4. It wasn't quite a 5. The only song I've heard that it even reminds me of is David Guetta made this YouTube video of him remixing WAP because he wanted his own bootleg, and it had this kind of style on it. And if you're getting compared to David Guetta, who is undoubtedly one of the GOATs, that's pretty high praise. Like, it doesn't get much better than that.
This song actually reminded me of UK Bassline, if I actually had to.
And I'll send you the video and you listen to his WAP remix, and that is very UK bassline-y, but like a little bit more grunge and character in the bassline, like this one does. And it's just great. It's really cool, and I know what you're saying when you're talking about like it's a bit more innovative. It just doesn't feel samey. I think for a little while, house music and kind of that electronic music is like, what we'll do is we'll put the fucking deepest, darkest bass on this, and it'll just like it'll shake places and it'll sound good. But all the clubs are closed, so that doesn't really cut it for people anymore. So someone has to break the mold and try and do something a bit different, and this does it. So 4 out of 5. Very good. Very, very good.
Yeah, I thought it was sick when Chris said it to me, and then when I saw it on the releases, I thought, oh, this has got to go in. Okay, next track, Martin Garrix, Tove Lo. The track is called Pressure. Pav?
Anytime I see Martin Garrix's name on a song, I always expect the best because I just think he's an amazing producer.
Did he deliver the best?
No, not on this one. Like, I feel like he's always had a really good mix between being able to be a popular artist and also being like EDM credible, like a bit like David Guetta, like both sides of the coin, like David Guetta. Like there's certain artists, like Swedish House Mafia, both sides of the coin like him. And I feel like this one was a bit too far on the one side. 3 out of 5. Not amazing, not his best piece of work, but he's got enough bangers.
Which side did you think it was too much on?
I feel like it was a bit too. I feel like it was too safe. It was a bit trying to be a bit too poppy. Or I feel like if it was just like a bit dirtier, this could have done it for me.
That's interesting because I didn't expect you to say that. To be fair, I was going to say, actually, leading on from what we just said about Biscuits, songs like this, in my opinion, is what's needed in electronic dance music. If you listen to that, the synth line and the approach to the song, and then the way he made the song around the hook and just the general vibe from the song, you don't even have to look at it in that way. Just anyone can hear it's something different. And I respect him for trying out new things like this. And this is what's going to continue giving electronic dance music records an edge. So I actually gave it 4 out of 5 drinks. I was impressed by how innovative it is and how he's trying to push boundaries. So interesting.
But also, to counter everything I said, he did also produce Animals on FL Studio, which is pretty good.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, that song is obviously, that's going to go down in history full stop as like something that started that whole EDM movement, but he's not continued. A lot of guys from that era have. He's not tried to just continue going down that route of big drops and stuff. He's actually now trying new things, and because people don't want big drops anymore. So
well, the thing is, my favorite Martin Garrix song is still In the Name of Love, which is a weird one because it's I feel like that one's like right in the middle, and also have this disgusting hardcore remix of it, which blew my fucking mind. Of course you did.
Of course you did a hardcore remix.
Yeah, it was like some dodgy SoundCloud one, and I was like searching for it, and I was like, yep, here's 128 kbps, but it works.
I love the fact that you both said, oh well, I wished it was one of this, I wished it was one of the complete different ends of that. I like it. I thought it was good. Obviously, that's what's in the playlist.
You know, Chris would have given it a 3, but obviously he didn't want to like be negative towards Martin Garrix because he's already shat on one artist today, so he doesn't want to shit on two in one pod.
I didn't shit on it, and also I'm fully.
That's getting clipped.
No, about that sounds weird. I generally do think this is sick, like the Martin Garrix song. Like this is what's needed. I want to know your thoughts on this because you actually are partial to a bit of house music and stuff. So, like, do you agree with what I'm saying about the whole,
just a little bit,
the whole thing, like about electronic music?
Look, The slight difference to the reviews now is that obviously I put together 15 songs that I think are shit hot, regardless of what genre they are. And with the Martin Garrix track, equally to the Biscuits track, I think the Biscuits track is one side of what's needed, and the Martin Garrix track is the other side of what's needed. Because if they go down the same route of just familiarity breeds contempt, and it's just boring. So sure. I definitely think both of the Biscuits track and this Martin Garrix track are both shit hot in completely different ways, and what's needed in electronic music in different ways. You've got to have both of them. You've got to have the Martin Garrix night in Ibiza, and you've got to have the Biscuits night in Ibiza. You can't have just one. You've got to have both.
For sure.
That's my thoughts. And my thoughts are what matter. Okay, let's move on.
Pat, we'll just leave now.
I think it needs more 808s and bass, but here we are.
Well, end of the day, he's got it out on Spotify and Apple Music. Woo. Okay, let's go. Next track is called Dumb Flex. It's by Miss...
Big flex alert.
Do you want me to do this fucking link or not? The track is called Dumb Flex. It's by Miss La Familia and Abracadabra. Chris.
Just another really high quality record this week, I think. It's hard.
God, yeah. Whoever puts this together.
Oh, mate. Yeah, they're smashing it. Shouts to the producer on the sample used for this beat, because it's just great choice and great way you've slotted it in and used it to complement like the vocals, which are also wicked. 4 out of 5 drinks. Really good.
Oh, cool. I give it a 3 out of 5 just because I think the bars and stuff weren't as good as maybe they could have been. Maybe it's the style. It wasn't quite for me. But I really like that sample at the beginning. It's got a bit of an Arab flex, Dubai flex. Maybe they're trying to get it popping there while they're over. Maybe this was their business choice decision that they went to Dubai and got all this inspiration while they were sitting on the beach on their business trip. But yeah, 3 out of 5.
So if that's the inspiration, he gets a 1 out of 5 from Wade, and then never going in the reviews again.
No, he gets a DNF. Did not finish.
Yeah.
No, see, if they went to Dubai to record this track, that is like a legitimate business trip. Not going to Dubai to take a photo on a beach to say I'm influenced people.
I don't know if you know, they actually brought Priya Raghu's studio engineer to do this song.
Oh, did they? Well, it's a fantastic song.
There's just two notes in it.
And yeah. Luckily, there's no singing in this song.
Wow. For someone that's so positive.
Sorry, no.
All they do.
Sorry. You just lined that one up perfectly. That was lined up perfectly. I couldn't resist.
I just want to give everyone like just a little bit of context. So anytime off pod we talk about anything, we're like, oh, should we do this? And then Chris will be like, hey, look, like guys, like, that's all great, but we should like try and be more positive and we should be better. And he's just there like while he's lighting his incense, and he's like, guys, we just need to be more positive. And I'm like, oh no, like we can shit people, like if they're shit, like we can just tell them the shit. And it's like, no, we need to be positive.
We need to find the positives.
Yeah. And the positive to the Priya Raghu track is there was only 2 notes that were off, and that's fine for Chris.
Because it's through creative license, it's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine. It is fine because it's through creative license.
2's better than 10.
Well, look, we've got 3 more tracks to get through. Can we get through them before I actually have a heart attack?
Yeah, we can.
The track is by Red Light. The track is called Crystal Rain. Pav.
Yeah. I feel like you've just stopped trying to work out a smart way to pick who's who now. He's like, whichever name comes out my mouth first.
It's literally whoever I'd like blink and see first. Yeah.
This was a good tune. It was a nice tune, but it was nothing special. And so it got a 3 out of 5.
I also gave it 3 out of 5 drinks. I really enjoyed it. It sounds a lot like Bicep's new album. I'm not sure if anyone's heard that.
Went to number 2 in the album chart.
Yes. And it's a lot of these guys are producing stuff in a similar vein. It's a really nice sound. It's not a sound that I've produced myself yet, but it's cool. 3 out of 5 drinks.
Bit breakbeaty. I like all that. Okay, next track is called Latest Trends, A1 and J1. Chris.
Really strong. The flow is great. The instrumental's on point. It's got that kind of cheeky quality about it, if I can say that. It's a bit of a awful word, but
you just did.
Yeah, but I can't think of a better word to describe it. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm getting at, and it's cool.
It's light and fluffy.
Yeah, like light and fluffy, but still serious and credible. Like, it's cool.
Charismatic, Chris.
Charismatic. There you go.
Is the posh word you're looking for.
Charismatic. That's why you're the host, Wade. Absolutely fantastic. Delivered once again. Right. Not in great reviews, but also in just great words. Fantastic, mate. 4 out of 5 drinks. Latest trend. A1 and J1? Is that how you say it? A1 and J1?
It's A1, J1, A1 and J1. However you want to say it. Whatever works for you.
Who cares? Their names might be roads in England, but the tune was hard. It was a solid 4 out of 5. Is this song? Because I've recently become like a new TikTok. I'm not doing any of the fucking dances because I have credibility.
You got to ask me a question I don't know the answer to.
It was gonna be Chris, but I mean, you want to answer it as well. When I heard this song, it sounded all too familiar. It has been doing the rounds on TikTok recently, hasn't it? I feel like people have been chucking this tune underneath just random TikToks, like football TikToks and shit that have been coming up on my feed.
Maybe it's very TikTokable. It's a
TikTok I feel like
song. I've not heard it, but it could be.
I feel like that's why I feel an affinity to this record, and it was a good record. It was 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I thought it was sick. That's why it's in there. I don't know if it's been on TikTok, but Chris is right. It is TikTokable, so I'm sure it'll end up on TikTok. Okay, last track of the review section. Thank God I made it through. Track's called Look Good. It's by YUQT. Chris.
Good records. Old school groove. It's going to be one for, those kind of garage parties and things like that. 3 out of 5 drinks. It was a good song.
Yeah, kind of feel the same. Nice tune. Nothing overly special about it, but kind of didn't really need to be. They can't all be 5s, and this was a valiant effort. Got a nice 3 out of 5.
Hey, it's time. Track of the week. Let's get to the track of the week. Who wants to go first?
Chris, did you give more than 1 5 this week?
I'm just looking right now.
Well, actually, no, because those rules don't apply to you anyway. That was stupid of me.
Chris does what he wants when he wants.
That's
he does
true.
what he wants. He does what he wants. Okay. Well, I'll go with Provide, seeing as though that was the only 5 out of 5 that I gave. G-Eazy, Chris Brown, Mark Morrison. Great use of sample. Great addition. Perfect song.
For sure.
That's how you do samples in songs, just for anybody any producer that happens to be listening, listen to this song and do it again with other songs.
Trust me, none of them listen to this podcast. Chris?
Track of the week. It has to be
track of the week.
Chicken Lemon Rice by Priga Ragu.
Clawing back.
Just that's my honourable mention because I'd love to collaborate.
Well, you don't get an honourable mention. We don't do honourable mentions.
I'm going to give that an honourable mention because I think
you don't get to.
She's wicked and I'm excited to hear the music. But let me produce your music for you,
mate. Jump out of her arsehole, literally.
My track of the week.
Got the hat on.
That's my honourable mention done. My track of the week
you don't get an honourable mention.
Has got to be Talk to Me, Biscuits, 5 out of 5. Exciting stuff. Let me hear more. Big ups, Biscuits.
Okay, my track of the week was either going to be G-Eazy Provide or Biscuits Talk to Me, but I obviously won't pick the same.
So you can go joint there if you really, really wanted to.
Wait, I think you can go joint.
Because that's like perfectly within the rules. Because you haven't rated. That's allowed. Just letting you know.
That is perfectly within the rules. But there was one other track that I would have made track of the week that you didn't say, which was Nico B, International Baby.
Fair play.
So I might as well highlight that track because you two have picked 2 other tracks that I'd have picked. So there you go. Okay, so my choice was International Baby by Nico B, which is sick. Pav's choice was G-Eazy, Chris Brown and Mark Morrison with Provide. And Chris, with no honourable mention, was Biscuits, Talk to Me. And as always, you can listen to all of the tracks on our Spotify playlist, No Drinks in the Booth. You can watch all the tracks, all the videos, YouTube playlist, No Drinks in the Booth. Well worth checking out both. Listen to the playlists and hit us up if you think either Chris or Pav are wrong, or you think whatever I've put into the list is completely on fire or shit, one or the other. That's the news and reviews done, boys.
Lovely stuff.
I'm finished.
I'll go into a little discussion topic while we're here. Something I posted on the Instagram, I think. I don't know if you guys saw. And it was... actually, no, I put it on the WhatsApp. It was that picture of J Hus, Stormzy, Dave, and Skepta. And it said, one gotta go. Which one is it? Just want to know. You get those 4. One of them has to...
So we're now doing our group chat on the podcast. Let's do it.
Well, I mean, I literally posted it in and said this is a great debate topic for straight after the releases.
Right,
and we both ignored that message. But yeah,
no. But this is a shout though. This is a good shout. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I don't mind.
Go on.
Just run me through J Hus, Stormzy, Dave, and Skepta.
One's just got to go. Like one cannot release any more music anymore. They're done.
They can't. So I can still listen. I can listen to their old music.
Yeah, their old music can stay, but who's going?
Mostly J Hus.
Mad.
I grew up on Skepta, so I can't get rid of Skepta.
Oh yeah. If anyone picks Skepta, by the way, you're a charlatan.
Let me just tell you my reasons, because I think that's fair. I think everything J Hus has put out has been sick, but it's all like J Hus has got a very like samey sound, which is his own sound, to be fair. So if he never released music again, I'd be really happy with what he's put out. Stormzy, look, I grew up on Skepta, so I couldn't get rid of Skepta because you just can't. I can't. I love Skepta tracks. Dave, I think, is very different to all 3 of them artists in the simple fact that he does more social. I don't know what the word might be.
Dave is a bit more like Kano. There's a bit more substance to the tunes.
Yeah, there's more substance. And equally, I feel like Stormzy is most probably not as much substance as Dave, but has like the fine balance of being able to do a track that's substance, a track that's pop, a track that's grime, drill, hard. So the only one that I'd mostly get rid of would be J Hus, just because I like all his stuff so far, but it's quite samey. So if he didn't release anything else, I'd be fine with it.
Okay, just to switch it then. If they stopped existing forever, all songs get deleted, would you still go J Hus?
I'd most probably go maybe like Dave, because the club part of me I play more J Hus, Skepta, and who was the other one? Stormzy. Mad.
That's what you think, mate?
If I had to say one of them, I would also say J Hus, because you touched on a few of the reasons why I think that too, but obviously I kind of grew up on Skepta and Stormzy, so I can't really say them. And Skepta obviously is like basically a legend at this point, so, and Stormzy is also really, I mean, think about what he's done, Glastonbury, coming out with that Banksy vest and all the other things he's done that, you know,
Wiley diss tracks.
Also the Wiley diss tracks. I was going to come on to that. That was great. I still want him to reply to Chip, but we're not going to get into that right now.
We are.
No, we're not, because his head will explode.
Yeah.
No, but yeah. So I can't be Stormy or Skepta. Dave is, I actually think, an amazing artist. I know that's actually been said. It's not news, but he's an amazing artist. So can't really be Dave. And yeah, J Hus. If I had to say one, it would have to be J Hus, just because his music's amazing. But if you compare to those other guys, this might change in a few years, because who knows what he's going to come out with. But
is that in both scenarios then? If their discography gets deleted and if they just stop releasing music, like one or the other, would you pick J Hus both times?
Yeah, because in every artist discography, you think back, like Stormzy's got tracks like Scary, Shut Up obviously is like the one that sort of sent him crazy, and then Skepta, like That's Not Me, all those records,
All the Boy Better Know records, even looking back on Dave with like Psychodrama, though it's not old, but it's like, and No Words from Dave and Mo Stack, like all these older records that you can't live without those records. Like they're just essential records in kind of UK music, popular music culture. So you just can't not have them. And then, whether J Hus will deliver more records, he has Did You See, obviously huge, whether he delivers more records like those in the future, I wouldn't be surprised if he does. I mean, I'm sure he's
been writing and making music in the last few months, so and year since he got out of jail. So yeah, it could be an exciting time for him. But if I had to say right now, it would be J Hus.
Oh, you guys surprised me a little bit because I thought this was going to be dead and buried pretty quickly. For me, it's Stormzy both scenarios.
Wow,
100%. Like it's not even close in my mind.
I would just, Pav, I know you're about to explain, but I would jump in here and just say I feel like a lot of people that are really into like UK hip hop and stuff like that, they would also say Stormzy. Like I wouldn't be surprised if you floated this question to a lot of people, they would say Stormzy. To be fair,
however, what I will combat that is I'm a pop whore,
which is surprising because Stormzy is arguably the most pop out of all of them.
Yeah,
which is why. Even for me, it was a little bit weird. I was like, am I going to have to get rid? And this is, I did spend £230 buying a reflective jacket because it was a Murky collab. I was also drunk at the time, but that's not the point.
A Murky collab with?
Adidas.
Oh, I remember them, yeah.
But he wore it in the Vossi Bop video.
He did, and one bit of light goes on it, you light up, honestly.
I've worn it 3 times, and one of them was trying it on, and 2 of them were the club where I was trying to get things. Didn't work.
And both times he blinded them by his grace.
By their grace. Yeah. It was part 3, bro. Anyway. Can't be Skeppy. Anybody that says Skeppy, like, revoke your British citizenship.
I think we're all safe to say that, like, the one person we would definitely not get rid of would be
Skepta, yeah.
Because you get rid of songs like That's Not Me and Shut Down, and these are iconic
Too
moments.
Many Men.
Oh, mate. We need some more bangers in here. We don't, because it's Skeppy's discography, mate. It's too good. Microphone Champion, stuff like that we'd have to get rid of, which would just be disrespectful to the art form. And Skepta versus Devilman was a level, even though Devilman's a Brummy lad, but it's a bit mad. Dave, I think, is another banker because for me, in terms of UK rap albums, Psychodrama is the best one of the last 4 to 5 years. I don't even think anything gets close to the level of production, the level of thought in this album. I don't think there's one. The stuff he talks about, like, it's on a theme. The whole album is based on, because his brother's in jail, and it's based on like that experience, and like, but he's talking through the eye of his brother. Like, it's so meta as fuck. And Fraser T. Smith produced the album, and he's a goat. So it can't be that. It can't be that. Dave's too good with it. It was between J Hus and Stormzy for me, and I thought I was going to keep Stormzy because I was like, oh yeah, but it's Stormzy though. However, I was sitting there and I was thinking, all right, but whose albums do I prefer? And so I think J Hus's first album, Common Sense, I really, really like that album. And I also think it's better than Stormzy's first album. And then I thought, okay, well, the second album, I can't remember what it was called. Big Conspiracy.
Big Conspiracy.
And Big Conspiracy for me is also better than Heaviest Ahead. I think there's probably a couple of songs on Stormzy's album that are like better than all of them. Like Crown. I think Crown's a great song. But Big Conspiracy, the level of production on that is just so high, because I think what J Hus and his team, especially J5, obviously he produces like 90% of his stuff. I think what he does so well is he finds this really, really weird medium sound where like it's so hip hop, but then he's like, oh yeah, no, this is like a mad hip hop song, but let me just put this jazz saxophone on here. And so I think musically, like from a musical IQ point, I think it's just such a higher level than Stormzy stuff, yet still seems to be popular. Maybe not to like Stormzy popular, because Stormzy's like pop popular, but like J Hus's stuff is still pretty popular. And he's like, yeah, I'm just going to chuck a trumpet on this one because that sounded cool. And when J Hus's album came out, I swear to God, it came out on the Friday. Like, obviously the stuff always comes out like Friday midnight. I was DJing in the club Thursday night through to Friday, and I was already getting people that wanted the Burna Boy tune. and the Coffee tune that were both on that album, and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, the song hasn't even, like, it's been out for like literally like 10 minutes. People are like, yeah, we just listened to it at Pre's, like, you gotta play it. And I think Stormzy's never done that for me. Like, I don't know about you guys, but
the one thing
Storm's gotta go.
The one thing I'd say is, if you wanted to send a snapshot of like a full UK music scene, but for like a British full music UK scene to America or Canada or abroad, like to show people, I think them 4 artists are most probably
they're the four
you'd want to send in terms of like the urban music scene in the UK.
Yeah, didn't I send that thing? Who was on Jimmy Kimmel recently?
Parcelo
from the UK, and that's mad as well.
That's crazy. Like, his rise has been crazy. That's so
Coventry lad.
Gonna be
he's there. I remember linking up with someone and they were like, oh, you heard this guy Parcelo? And I was like, nah. He was like, in fact it was Colin, and he's like, you not heard Parcelo? And I was like,
well, for the listeners, you got to say who Colin is.
Colin was a very good friend of ours who used to work at a very popular club that we also used to work at. And as a DJ,
I have no clue who he is, but yeah,
as a DJ you need to know someone at the bar so you can get many free drinks, and Colin was that person for us.
Yeah, and he knows his stuff. He like dabbled in music, like he knows what he's talking about.
He knows what's hot and what's not, like. And he was like, you heard Frontline, Parcelo? And I was like, no. And though he was like, yo, you got to check it out. He's like, he's the new J Hus because he's also Gambian. And I was like, oh shit, there's 2 of them.
But there isn't though, because he's different. He's fresh.
He is. But as in, like, I was like, oh, there's 2. Like, there's another like random Gambian person in the country who does like a similar style. It's not the same. They are distinct, but it's like in that realm of rapping style. And I was like, oh my god, this is levels as well though. Like, it was pretty cool. To be on Jimmy Kimmel was a level, I think.
100%. Should we move on to the next part of the podcast?
Let's do it.
What do you want to go for next?
Go order, for no, it's not. Do the shit I hate, Pav.
Oh wow, yeah, the new section, the brand new section.
We're gonna finish on What's Your Order because it bangs.
Classic. Yeah, the shit I hate is this week. NFL. The fuck's NFL? Like, what are we doing? Like, it's just wrong. It's just like if someone could insert like that Ed Miliband, David Miliband scene where it's just like wrong. Like, that's what NFL. If you live in the UK, like if you live in Texas, fucking carry on, mate, to your heart's content. If you live in the UK and you genuinely like American football and particularly the NFL, because like the rest of it doesn't matter anyway. No one's watching college football here. Like, you are an A1 charlatan. Not allowed. It's the same level as saying you'd get rid of Skeppy, hand your passport in. It's just wrong. Like,
do you like American football, Wade? Because I know you're a fan of.
I'm a fan of the NBA. Do I like American football? I will watch American football. I'm not like a huge fan. I've got 2 friends that are like huge fans of it, like I am with the NBA, and they watch the NBA like, casually.
If it's on, you'll just keep it on if you're not doing anything else.
No, I say I don't watch it, but I watch it quite regularly. So maybe I've lied.
I did watch it on Sunday night, a little bit of it, just to see what the hype was about.
I've not really.
How long did you last?
Because I just basically didn't understand the game, to be honest. So like
apart
10
from
minutes.
Touchdown and quarterback, what do you know about?
Yeah, I know quarterback because of AJ Tracy. That's the only reason I know what that even means. And obviously touchdown, just because obviously everyone knows. Like, that's like just a popular culture reference. Other than that, I was just lost, to be honest.
So what is it this shit you hate, Pav? What, the NFL or just British people watching?
British people that like American football, you are wrong.
Oh, I'll introduce
you are just wrong.
I'll introduce you to my 2 friends. They'll tell you how fucking wrong you are.
First of all, it's not fucking football because they throw that shit. Yeah, wrong. I know they kicked that shit as well.
No. Like, the word football was around before our word football.
Yeah, but that's our sport's been going since China, mate. Don't start. We're having this.
I don't like
soccer.
I don't like football. Like
American
soccer.
football is fine. If you guys say NFL, that's cool as well. Don't be coming in and be like, oh, you guys play soccer? No, we play football. That's number 1. Number 2, do you guys actually fucking play it, or do you just watch it? They're like, oh well, he's picked up the ball. So what we're going to do is we'll have a fucking 10-minute ad break here so we can decide which ball we're going to use. Like, that's wrong. Like, if you're going to play it, fucking at least play it. Like, you guys just standing around. It's like a break. It's like, oh, well, we need to get the kicker on now. It's like, well, like, it's like shit rugby, and rugby's not even that good. Like, what's the point? Like, I don't know.
That's a Pav quote right there.
Yeah.
And I used to play rugby, and I was like, oh yeah, this sport's good, but it's not football. I just wasn't good enough to get into the football team at school, so I was like, oh, well, rugby's the next logical step.
I thought you'd be playing badminton.
Yeah, I was a bit fat when I was in year 7, mate, so that didn't happen. And I'm like, yeah, it's just no. It's bad when you play a sport, but the best part of the sport is halftime. I've never watched a football match and thought, you know what I really like about this football match? The fact that the players have stopped playing now and they're in the changing room having a team talk, and fucking, like, Champions League final, Dua Lipa performed at one a couple of years ago, or like last year, and the Champions League final is like a Super Bowl equivalent. It's one of those big moments, and you're like, oh, great. Dua Lipa, well done. Cheers. But I'd rather watch the second. If you could say he's going to have no half time.
The Weeknd's performance was really good.
The Weeknd was amazing.
You do know, sorry, do you watch any like American football that's not like the Super Bowl?
I've seen.
No, is the answer to
that. I've seen American football. I've watched it to come to this conclusion that it's full of amoral charlatans.
So you've watched games that aren't the Super Bowl?
I have.
Right. And the halftime is nowhere near as entertaining as the Super Bowl halftime.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. That's the best bit. The best bit is one halftime of one game. The game is... There's so many... For a country that has, like...
Pav, for a lot of you've got a lot to say about this.
For a country that has a lot of stupid people, they managed to create a
there you go. So there's all our American viewers just gone.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, mate. Sorry, we don't hold these views.
Sorry.
We don't hold these views.
They voted in Trump?
The only person...
50% of them did. Well, not even that 50%.
Can I just 50%'s a lot of people.
Can I just?
I think we're just as bad.
I want to apologise for Pav. He speaks for himself, not for us. Please keep listening to No Drinks in the Booth. We're sorry.
It's such a complicated sport.
It's not that complicated. Look, I think we should wrap up Pav's the shit I hate this week.
It's just wrong. It's just wrong.
You're began all podcast that's how we should do Pav's the shit I hate, Chris. We don't even say it. Let Pav just vent, and then we just move on.
Yeah. If you have to play at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, you're already on a downer, mate. That's where they play NFL in the UK.
We'll do this. We'll do this section, and then we'll cover our asses legally, and then we'll move on. That's what we'll do 100%. Every week.
I'd like to point out how much money the NFL actually turns over. Like, it's a huge multi-billion-dollar industry. It's obviously popular.
Sorry, R. Kelly has a lot of streams. Didn't mean you didn't do some shady shit.
Here we go.
Shit. Here we go.
Here we go again.
See, the only criticism I actually really have with the NFL is I used to support the Oakland Raiders.
Didn't they move?
They moved to fucking Las Vegas.
Did they change their name, or are they still the Oakland Raiders?
No, they're the Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh, that's just even shitter.
But it's just not got the same thing for me.
Oakland Raiders was a thing. Like, people wear the t-shirts and shit.
I've got a hat that's Oakland Raiders.
People still do. Shout out the Bay Area. I'm really sorry for Pav and his derogatory views on your country.
I say all this, but like the first thing I'm going to do when lockdown ends is book a trip to LA.
You won't because you'll be fucking barred.
Met at the airport.
Well, California's getting independence, so I'm there.
Okay.
Well, okay.
Should we,
we'll say that for next week.
What is this? The fucking Mask of Zorro? California's getting independent.
Yeah, Antonio Banderas is just running out right now trying to join the Zoom call.
Okay. Should we move on to What's Your Order?
Yeah, we should probably do What's Your Order after that.
Go on, Pav, sing.
What's your order? Tell me what's your order?
Joe, it's really funny. So we're doing What's Your Order, and I can see out my window as I'm recording, Uber Eats driver has just delivered food to the house opposite me.
You get hungry.
Yeah, he's got cod and chips, mate, ready for you in the car.
No, I think they've got McDonald's. Shout out to them. what we do for What's Your Order this week? Fish and chips, British classic.
Fish and chips. Proper food.
I'd suggest going to me first.
Let's really hope we don't all have the same fucking order.
Go on, Chris, you go first.
Well, I was going to say, for our American friends that listen, even though Pav fucking horrible.
Just insults your whole country, but if you're still listening.
Yeah.
Half of you are great and half of you aren't. You choose which ones you want to be. We'll just go with that.
Shit.
You pick.
Take off that Warriors hat now. My point. So, fish and chips, for our American friends that might not know, is basically fries that aren't fries, they're thicker, and a big piece of fish battered, so like a big fuck off piece of like fish goujon, like a big one.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, just so they understand.
With salt and vinegar.
Yeah.
Like on it as well, and a host of other things, but...
Maybe. It depends what your order is. Maybe you have that. Maybe you don't.
It gets a bit techie. And let's go, like, when we did Indian, I felt a real sense of pride. And Chris, I can only imagine you're feeling exactly the same here.
Okay, well, I don't know what I think of that comment, because I literally love Indian food more than fish and chips. So
yeah, but unfortunately, your parents aren't Indian.
Unfortunately,
not that he knows.
What his parents?
Pretty sure they're not.
Chris's Batman confirmed. Sorry, was this?
They might have like Indian heritage, like, you know, like 45 generations before you.
Maybe.
Well,
I doubt it, but
I was going to make a really bad colonial joke then, but let's skip that.
Yeah, let's try not to get cancelled.
Chris, what's your order? Chris, what's your order?
What did you order at the chippy, mate?
I said come to me first because it's really not mainstream my order.
Of course it ain't.
So yeah, so obviously it's just
classic.
I mean, it's just standard
3 out of 5.
Fish and chips, cod and chips, and then obviously I have salt on the chips, I have vinegar on the chips, I have ketchup, and I often get mushy peas as well.
Do you get salt and vinegar on the fish as well, though, or just on the chips?
I just chuck it on everything, mainly on the chips, but I do actually put it on everything. And I like tartar sauce as well.
How delightful!
And that's it, really. I mean, I wish I had something more exciting to say about fish and chips, but that's all I get every time.
Sorry, whose idea was it to come up with a fish and chips one? Was it yours, Chris?
I can't remember.
I swear he was like, "Oh well, I don't order fish and chips, so we should be all right."
Yeah, I know. I just thought.
So like, oh well, I get cod and potato fritters. Like, this is what it's going to be because we will need different things.
Okay, let's rate Chris's order.
Just for like a bit of clarity, because I feel like the price of fish and chips has gone up drastically over the last few years. How much you pay for your fish and chips order? Like roughly?
That's probably like tenner.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say.
I think it's pretty reasonable.
I remember when a large cod was like £4 back in the day.
Oh, okay. Let's rate Chris's order.
Chris's order is probably... It's a solid 4 if there's no tartar sauce. But I also am not a huge fan of ketchup. I feel like ketchup's for like kids and chicken nuggets only. And no one likes tartar sauce. It's just shit mayonnaise.
No, I like it. I think it's good.
But the mushy peas are decent. 4 out of 5.
I gave it 5 out of 5. It is a classic fish and chips order.
Boom. Big up.
Wade, go on, save us. I feel like yours is going to be a bit fire.
It can be. Obviously, if I fancy fish and chips, I get what Chris gets, basically. But
for the purposes of not all three of us saying fish and chips, I know you're going to do this properly.
I know one time you had something different.
Yeah, so my fish and chip shop do really, really good. Not all fish and chip shop do like this nice scampi. Mine do like really nice scampi. So like from my fish and chip shop, I get scampi and chips quite regularly.
Mad.
With salt and vinegar, like the standard. But I don't always get that because that's only if I'm near me. When I'm near at my girlfriend's, we go to a different fish and chip shop. So one of my standard orders is battered sausage.
Oh, yes.
Sometimes if I'm really hungry, I get a battered sausage and a normal sausage. It just really depends. Chips with salt and vinegar. Everything's salt and vinegar. And either gravy or curry sauce, dependent.
Is that just on the chippy or just whatever you're feeling at the time?
Whatever I'm feeling at the time. Sometimes I don't get any. Sometimes I just have like straight up ketchup. Sometimes want curry sauce. Like my fish and chip shop does like the most amazing gravy and curry sauce as well. So like if it is from my, like if I was to go today, I would get scampi and chips and most probably because it's cold, get gravy.
Mad. I rate that. That's a straight 5, bro.
Yeah, I'll give that a 5. Fire. That sounds really nice.
Yeah, it is really nice. I suggest you come to my fish and chip shop.
Yeah, straight fire. Well, I mean, I'm in a lucky position where the chippy that's by my house, which is on the corner of my little block, is currently rated number 1 in Birmingham, mate.
Really?
So on a second,
it actually
Pav.
is.
So
yeah.
near you, obviously, if you heard it earlier in the podcast, Pav talks about this restaurant called the Covered Wagon, which is. Yeah. So you're telling me in near you have the best Indian restaurant in the country. I know it was like a few years ago, but basically the best Indian restaurant in the country and the best fish and chip.
I mean, I don't think it's won the award, but
it did, didn't it? Like a few years ago.
Nah, I don't think it did.
Well, it was nominated.
But it's pretty up there. Of the best. In terms of mixed grill style pubs, it's considered like top 3.
Yeah. In the country. And now you've got the best fish and chip shop in the country near you as well.
What
is happening?
Yeah, it's been the best one in the city. It's always consistently top 10. It's the best one in the city. It's always top 10 in the country, but it's been ranked quite high over the last few years. It is fire.
That blows my fucking mind because near me is nothing decent besides my fish and chip shop.
There you go.
Mad. Yeah, but my chippy boss man, Big Pete, it's called Pete's Pan. Big Pete, he plugs me many times. When I go to the chippy, I'm very weird, but what I do like is like I want food that has batter on it because batter with salt and vinegar just tastes peng.
Yeah.
So Pete does this thing where
here we go.
If he sells a large cod, what he'll do is like there's always like little pieces of cod, like almost like a goujon. He calls them fish bites. And if you buy a large cod, he'll give you a couple of them just anyway, just to chuck in the bag. However, he also sells those separately. So I will get 6 fish bites, which is essentially like really, really like goujons, but with fish and chip fish batter on them, with a shit ton of salt and vinegar. It has to be, especially vinegar. It needs to be pissing vinegar. I'll get like a couple of scallops. Now scallops apparently not every chippy does these either.
Mine don't.
I've heard in like my cousins when they come from London, like we go to the chippy and have scallops because they don't do them there, in certain areas. But it's essentially just like potato, like with fish batter on it and just fried. Like I don't know how to explain it. They also need a shit ton of vinegar on it.
I've had a scallop before. I wouldn't say it's like potato.
No, not the fish.
Oh.
No. So there's a scallop, which is the fish.
Yeah.
And there's a scallop, which is like, maybe it's like a Midlands thing, but it's essentially like, it's like a potato, like yay big, like flat. And they put chip fish batter on it and fry it.
No, never heard of that before.
Boys, when you come to Brum, I'm going to sort you guys out because it's peng.
Honestly, we're going to get so fat when we come there because we'll have to go Covered Wagon. We'll have to go to Big Pete's fish and chip shop.
Yeah, Big Pete, man. But yeah, so I'll get them. If I'm really hungry, I'll get a battered sausage. Or if I can wait, he does battered mushrooms.
Oh my!
So it's like a portobello mushroom in like fish batter and fried the shit out of. Again, needs to be pissing with vinegar. All this topped off with a lot of curry sauce, like at least one large for me, just alone. But yeah.
Well, Pav, I'm going to rate your order first. I'd give it a 5 purely because you can get various fish and chip items that I can't get, and I'd like to try them.
Yeah.
The scallops are a weird one. Like I've heard many Southerners don't really have them.
No, I've never had them, to be honest. No. And yeah, I'll also give you order a straight 5. It sounds amazing.
Cheers, boys.
Well,
come down after Rona.
And that rounds up what's your order. The last what's your order in the way it is.
Kind of.
Still unless like in 2 months time when we're like, oh, well, we didn't do this really popular restaurant, which I don't think we'll do. It's not coming back in this incarnation.
We're changing it to what's your order top 3, which can be anything that's not even food, but we're still sticking the what's your order on it because we like it.
Yeah, and that means we're going to have to think of a different name, and that's a lot of effort.
No, not doing that. It's standards what's your order.
Yeah, what's your order, but just we're moving away from food now, so tune in next week.
Like, what's your order version 2, like whatever you guys want to fucking call it, to be honest.
Yeah, we don't have anything planned, do we, for next week's podcast with what's your order yet?
Nah.
So stay tuned to find out. But it's not going to be food. It's going to be something different.
I bet it ends up being some food we've forgotten.
100% be like, top 3 favourite M&M colours or some shit like that.
Well, I'm just saying peanut butter M&Ms are fucking the winner. But that's the What's Your Order. I can't believe we don't have anything planned for next week. Fuck. We're gonna stick with Pav's shit I hate. That should be interesting.
Yes.
I'm sure I'll find something that I dislike during the week.
Yeah.
Pav, there's plenty of things you dislike now that you could talk about. So you just stretch them out over a few episodes.
Yeah.
I think we've had a bit of a stacked podcast. The reviews is obviously my favourite part. Anything you boys want to add before I wrap this show up?
Chris, you got anything?
Pre-Guru, I'm really looking forward to working with you at some point. And that's it. Peace out.
Here's a fun fact that I didn't know was true. Regardless of the colour, all Skittles are the same flavour.
What? Oh, Skittles.
The flavour. Yeah. Like, people are like, the orange one tastes like orange. It doesn't. It's like a fabric of your own imagination. They just add the colouring after.
That's actually quite a cool fact.
They're all the same flavour.
They definitely can't be.
No. I watched like a whole thing. Like I went down a TikTok rabbit hole and then found a YouTube video on it, and every single Skittle is the same flavour. In the packet, obviously, it's the same flavour.
Would you take financial advice from TikTok? Would you take advice on your Skittles from TikTok?
Yeah, but that's why I said I went to YouTube after just to verify.
Verification.
Pav, I feel like you might have been lied to, but it's not the point.
We will discuss after the pod.
We'll discuss on the first on the pod, like at the beginning next week.
That's next. This is next week sorted.
Yeah.
We do shit I hate, and was Pav chatting shit?
Yeah.
Just like everything I said from the last episode.
Okay, I think that does it. We can wrap it up. I just want to apologise to our American listeners again for Pav.
I love you.
I want to apologise to Prego and a record label and a production team for Chris. I have nothing to apologise. That is 100% the case.
I just want to apologise to any of the viewers that are offended by Wade's hairline.
He has no hair, Pav. What are you talking about? There is no hairline. There's no hairline to judge.
That precisely is the issue.
Yeah, it was quite funny. 1 in 2 men go bald from male pattern baldness.
I wear a turban, mate, so you'll never know.
Well, I'm saying between you and Chris, one of you is losing it.
Is it?
It's me. It's definitely me.
It's Chris.
Nah, fair enough. Okay, let me wrap it up. What am I going to say? You've absolutely fucking threw me off, Pav. Oh, as always, you can listen to all the tracks from the reviews section. They're on our Spotify playlist, No Drinks in the Booth. Make sure you check them out on YouTube as well. You can watch the videos to them. Same name, No Drinks in the Booth. All the tracks, let us know if you agree or disagree. You can obviously find us Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and on YouTube. You can watch us. Hello, YouTube. Oh, and Google. We're on Google Podcast as well. Make sure you check us out on social media. No Drinks in the Booth on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and brand new TikTok. Chris is going to post loads of them TikTok videos, apparently. That's what he told us. But
I want to see Chris do the Busset challenge.
Pav's doing the Busset challenge. That's happening.
All right, cheers for taking the joke.
I was going to say it first. You just got in quicker.
Yeah.
Okay, from Pav.
I said it first.
Okay, both of you shut the fuck up. From Pav, he's sorry again, all our American listeners. From Chris, Prego, he's very sorry. And from me, peace. I love the fact you was about to say something then. You went,